Hey everyone, Tate here with another IMS how-to video. In this week's video, we are going to be continuing our topic from our previous video with the in private browser. Now, if you are using that as a troubleshooting option, a lot of the times we'll discover that our web apps or websites work in the private window. And the reason for that is normally our main browser, every time you close out of an application or close out the browser entirely, or just over time, it stores cached files in the attempt to try and make your browsing experience faster. But sometimes those files can actually corrupt your web pages and not allow them to display properly. So if you discovered, hey, it is working in a private browser, then everything normally is good. We just have to clear out those cache files. And here, if you follow along with my steps here, I can show you how simple that really is. So here we have my browser. I'm using Edge. It's going to be very similar on just about all of the different applications, browsers such as Firefox or Chrome, but it might have a menu option or two differently. So in the beginning here, we're going to sneak up here and we're going to hit settings and then go all the way down to settings here again. That's going to bring us to our main settings page. And then from here, you have a few options of doing it. The way I normally do is I just search for cache, and then that will kind of pull it up right away for us. Other ways you can kind of find it is, I believe it's under privacy and search. Yep, there we'll have a browsing data there as well. From here, then you can kind of choose what you would like to delete. So we can click on here. And what that will do is pop up with this window here. And from here we have some options. I currently have my browser set that it clears out everything on close. I'll show you guys how to do that as well, because that will alleviate a lot of the issues going forward. But here I can select a time range. 9 times out of 10, you only need to go as far back as when the issue started happening. So if I started experiencing an issue with my web application last week, normally going back 7 days would be enough. If it's further back, 4 weeks, or sometimes you do have to do all of it. Not the end of the world again. What will happen is sometimes those websites that you're logging into, if you have it saved to say, hey, keep me logged in, they'll ask you to log in again, as well as some preferences might change depending on your websites. So for example here, I'm just going to do all time. And from here, it's going to give us some options. I personally always like to keep my browsing history. Just kind of allows me to go back throughout the day and see what I was doing. But things that you would want to delete then is going to be your cookies and your cached images and passwords. This is also where your browser stores your passwords and some of your autofill data. I truly recommend clearing these out and never storing these here. I have a password video, and I'll kind of take that in the top right here of the video. But it's very unsecure to save your passwords and your like credit cards and information inside your browser, just because if I have access to the computer, I can normally get access to your browser, to your information. And then all you do is simply hit clear now. It'll take a little bit, and then I'll kind of back out, and all that cached image is deleted. I do recommend closing your browser and reopening it, and then trying your web app again. If you would like to have it close it on every time you close out the browser, you can go to this here where it shows every time you close the browser. And from here, you can go ahead and start turning on all the different items that you would choose to do that it's going to clear out completely every time you close that browser. Again, I don't recommend storing a lot of stuff into your browser because it's unsecure. And when it comes to those cached files, it can potentially lead to eventual problems. So this is a really nice way to kind of set it and forget it, and then normally your web apps will have a much better experience. All right, well that kind of wraps up this video here. If you have any other questions in different settings inside of Edge or your Chrome browser, let me know here and I can do a video on it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video for more IMS how-to videos, as well as our tech tips series. Other than that, take care. I'll see you in the next video.